Hello student, this is Shumona from SIMMI Foundation. Today we are here to learn about an interesting topic named respiratory system. To understand the process, we have to know about lung, the organs and tissue fibers which help in the respiratory system. So let's get started. In human, the main organ responsible for respiration are present in thoracic cavity. In thoracic region, the cage and a dome-shaped fibrous tissue known as the diaphragm are absorbed. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membranes which enclose the lung. The lung had two parts, right part and left part. The right lung is divided into three lobes, the right superior, right middle and the right inferior lobe. The left lung is smaller, has only two lobes, the left superior and the left inferior lobe. Both our lungs are associated externally with small tubular bronchi which unite and extend into the trachea. The trachea has incomplete C-shaped ring of cartilage which prevent the tracheal wall from collapsing. The trachea leads into the pharynx which is connected to the nostril. As we breathe in the air, the oxygen molecules enters the nostrils and travel downwards through the pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lung, the bronchus divided rapidly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through the bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. A section of one alveolus shows the presence of numerous alveolar chambers with pores. Blood containing RBCs is seen flowing through the capillaries. The oxygen molecules from the alveolus diffuse into the capillary and then get absorbed by the bluish-purple RBCs. This causes oxygenation of the RBCs and a transition in their color from bluish to red is absorbed. The moving into the alveolus contains RBCs and carbon dioxide molecules. These molecules are released into the alveolus. The carbon dioxide collects in the alveolar chamber. And then from the alveolus it travels through the bronchioles into the bronchioles which finally reaches the trachea and it's breathed out through the nostrils. So, the process of breathing in air rich in oxygen is called inhalation. After the contraction of muscular diaphragm, the lung expands and the air rushes in, resulting in the inflammation of the alveoli. During exhalation, the diaphragm moves up and the lung contracts, thus the alveoli deflect, causing the air to be forced out. This exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide. This process of inhalation and exhalation is known as respiration, which is approximately 20 times per minute. So students, this is the whole process. You have to learn and memorize that where the lung is situated and which membrane encloses the lung, how many parts of the right lung and left lung is divided, and where the both lungs are associated. When we take oxygen and it enters the nostril, then where the oxygen is traveled and how it's get with the mix of RBCs, and how carbon dioxide come through from RBCs and different organs. What is inhalation and what is exhalation? You have to know all of this. And already in this video you have learned all of this. So in summary, I am explaining the whole process once again. Where the lung is situated in the thorax region and the diaphragm are observed, which play a vital role in respiration present within the rib cage, are the pleural membranes, which includes the lung. Lung has two parts, right and left, and the right-left side lung is divided into three lobes: the right superior, right middle, and the right inferior. The left lung is smaller than the right and is divided into two lobes: the left superior and the left inferior lobe. And the right lung and left lung is associated with a small tubular function which is called bronchi. This bronchi is united to extend trachea, and this trachea has C-shaped ring of cartilage which prevents the tracheal from collapsing. Okay? And now we have to know how oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and where it is travels. The oxygen molecules travels downwards through the pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lung. Within the lung, the bronchus divided rapidly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through the bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. From here, oxygen molecules enters to nostrils, then traveled trachea, pharynx, then finally bronchi. And the bronchus is divided to form bronchioles. When the oxygen reaches through the bronchioles, it reaches the alveoli, which is a network of capillaries. Okay? And in the alveoli, the oxygen molecule diffuses into the capillary and then get absorbed by the bluish purple RBCs. This causes oxygenation of RBCs and transition to their color from bluish to red. The alveolus also contain RBCs and carbon dioxide molecules, and this carbon dioxide collect the alveolar chamber, travels to alveolus, then bronchioles, from bronchioles to trachea, and then finally throw out the nostrils. Intake oxygen is called inhalation, and the breathe out of carbon dioxide is the exhalation process, and this inhalation and exhalation process is known as respiration. So student, I hope now you can understand the whole process. So for today, that's all, and keep learning.